Hello students. Today is the 12th lecture session, part 1. Topic of the lecture: smart technology. In this video, we will cover the following topics. What is S.M.A.R.T? History of S.M.A.R.T. What is smart technology? Smart society. Smart economy. Smart politics. Smart education. Smart home. Conclusion. What is S.M.A.R.T? S.M.A.R.T. Self-monitoring analysis and reporting technology is a technology of self-control and prevention. Allows you to track and predict the occurrence of errors related to the operation of the DHD. Therefore, there is an opportunity to make a backup copy of the data, thereby avoiding the moral and material damage from data loss. S.M.A.R.T. is a set of programs written in the firmware of the hard drive. Each company manufacturer of disks conducts its own development, hence the variety of parameters for different disks. However, there are common parameters. The use of S.M.A.R.T. technology is impossible without the following two components: software built into the drive controller and external software built into the host. History of S.M.A.R.T. At the dawn of PC development, hard drives were connected to rather complex and expensive controllers. Often the disk and the controller understood only each other. Buying a hard drive required buying, installing, and configuring a controller that even had its own BIOS. In order to correct this situation, it was decided in 1986 to transfer the control logic to the board directly attached to the hard disk and leave the computer side with a fairly simple host controller. Thanks to this, the system does not need to know anything about the actual physical parameters of the disk connected to it in order to work with it successfully. In addition, the disk manufacturer can safely expand existing and embed new technologies, without fear of losing compatibility with slightly outdated systems. S.M.A.R.T. is an open technology developed by Compaq not for hard drives, but for intelligent computer devices. As applied to hard drives, S.M.A.R.T. was implemented by Quantum in 1995, and was later supported in development by the world's largest hard drive manufacturer Seagate Technology IP, Connor Peripherals, Western Digital, and Quantum. The essence of S.M.A.R.T. technology is that the hard drive itself monitors the state of its health and is able to warn the user in advance about its pre-emergency state. What is smart technology? It involves the use of computer systems and microprocessors to perform daily tasks and exchange information. In 1954, Peter Drucker first used the acronym S.M.A.R.T. S.M.A.R.T contains 5 criteria for setting goals. Specific explains what exactly needs to be achieved. Measurable explains how the result will be measured. Achievable explains how you plan to achieve the goal. Relevant, determining the truth of the goal. Is it really possible to complete this task to achieve the goal? Time-bound defines the time interval at the end of which the goal should be reached. Tomorrow, as futurologists do not doubt, smart technologies will finally penetrate into all spheres of human activity, radically changing the direction of social development, rapidly bringing us closer to the smart society. Smart society. Smart society is a new quality of society, in which the combination of the use of technical means, services and the internet by trained people leads to qualitative changes in the interaction of subjects, which allows to obtain new effects, social, economic and other benefits for a better life. This is the next stage of development for the so-called information society in which we live today. In the smart society, as described by the founding fathers of this popular concept, the growing availability and openness of information resources and means of communication, along with the development of internet technologies, radically changes all elements of the social paradigm: economy, social policy, education, labor relations. Smart economy. The smart economy is based on high, including energy-saving technologies and ecological infrastructure. In the network economy, a new quality of services is being formed. They are generated by the users themselves, the citizens of the smart society, interacting with public authorities and private business not through vertical, but through horizontal connections. At the same time, a fifth-level service is provided, when the service itself finds the client and not vice versa. The use of ICT allows enterprises to achieve significant economic success through rapid adaptation to the changing business environment, the use of remote offices, continuous internet communication with consumers and partners. Smart politics. In the context of smart politics, for the first time, citizens have the opportunity to participate in the formation and implementation of plans for the development of their cities and regions, to influence government decisions. The availability and openness of any information resources ensures full transparency and, consequently, the control of citizens of any state authorities. It is assumed that in the smart society there is a transition from the traditional model of learning to e-learning and then to smart education. At the same time, the role of educational institutions is also changing, which are designed not to supply knowledge, but to create the best conditions for students to acquire their own experience and skills. In this regard, the main function of the teacher is not the translation of ready-made truths, but high-quality navigation through ICT and world information resources. Smart education. Smart education is an association of educational institutions and teaching staff for the implementation of joint educational activities on the Internet on the basis of common standards, agreements and technologies. That is, we are talking about the joint creation and use of content, about joint training. An example of this is the project of the next decade in the European education system, a single European university with a common dean's office, which will accompany the movement of students from university to university. The Bologna process gives universities the opportunity to accept students without re-examination, thus creating a smart education system for Europe. A single European university will implement a collective learning process through a single common repository of educational materials. Smart home. A smart home is a complex system for automating the control of various devices located in a private house or apartment. The first appearance of such a system was recorded in the middle of the 20th century, and only now it is becoming widespread. More and more consumers choose this method of controlling the technical equipment of residential premises. What elements make up the smart home technology, and what are its strengths and weaknesses, we will talk in today's article. A smart home is a combination of three main areas. 1. Improving the level of life safety. 2. Improving the comfort of life. 3. Efficiency and resource saving. To make it clear what this technology is, let's look at the most striking examples of installing a smart home system in a residential building. The concept of a comfortable life is too subjective, and each family member can have their own. But this is also a plus of technology. You can adjust the execution of the laid down scenarios for everyone, for weekdays and weekends. An example of a comfortable wake-up will be an alarm clock with your favorite melody, opening curtains and waiting for hot coffee in the kitchen. Care for children, the elderly, and animals will become easier. The monitoring system will transmit online video information, as well as information about health and well-being, about skipping medication, about lack of sleep. Special bracelets are used for this purpose. The computer and TV will turn off in time, not allowing the child to overexert himself. And the animals will not go hungry with automatic bowls. The security of life in a smart home is ensured by round-the-clock video surveillance, limiting the number of people who are allowed to enter the house. These settings will help to limit not only the passage of a particular person, but also to set the time period when this person is allowed to be in the house. During the long absence of the owners of the house, the system is able to simulate the presence of a person, turning on the light, closing the curtains. Creating a comfortable microclimate is carried out by combining the work of 4 systems: cooling, heating, humidification and dehumidification. Thanks to the use of various sensors, lighting, motion, sound, energy savings with smart home technology reach from 20 to 40% monthly. Advantages: significant energy savings. Despite the impression that the entire system consists of technical equipment, it is its use that makes it possible to save on costs by using various methods to reduce electric traffic. The technology is a reliable security system that will inform not only about the penetration of strangers into the house, but also about the occurrence of a fire, flood, as well as about leaving the house of a person at an unspecified time. The house, which is serviced by smart home technology, is always comfortable. In the summer the house keeps cool, in the winter it is warm, the air is not overdried from central heating. Ordinary everyday activities will no longer take so much time. The system will take over the work, freeing up time for your personal affairs. Simple maintenance, as well as intelligent management of a smart home, is available to every adult family member. You do not need to have special knowledge or experience. Disadvantages. The main disadvantage of installing a smart home system is the cost of equipment. The disadvantage is very subjective, since the system can consist of a different number of engineering solutions for each house. But a fully equipped and automated house will cost the owner millions of rubles. The possibility of system failures is not excluded, since the technology depends on the equipment and its maintenance. To reduce the risks, choose trusted manufacturers that provide a full warranty on the devices. Another theoretical drawback is the leakage of information embedded in the system and its falling into the wrong hands, including information of a personal nature, health and other information that can be used to harm. Use modern security systems, and remember that every internet user is exposed to this risk to some extent. Conclusion. The abbreviation SMART fully corresponds to the essence. You can't think of a better feature of smart technology for setting goals. It really implies a reasonable and prudent process in which every detail is evaluated and weighed. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.